My name is Fernanda Roveri, Zoning Administrator. I would like to start the meeting at 3:01 p.m. We have myself, Fernanda Roveri, Senior Associate Planner Chris Schmidt, and Recording Secretary Stephanie Koda. And let's, Stephanie, if you wouldn't mind opening or reminding the public on how to join the meeting.
Yes, thank you. Members of the public are encouraged to join our meetings via Zoom Gov, a secure service that connects you live with no lag time. This meeting is also streamed live on youtube.com/City of Monterey with approximately 10-second delay and Comcast channel 25 with up to a 90-second delay. If you would like to provide public comment, please join the meeting using Zoom or by telephone, making sure to join in time to accommodate delays. To join the Zoom meeting from a computer or phone, use the link or phone numbers on the agenda posted at isearchmonterey.org. Since the meeting has started, you'll find the agenda under the Recent tab. To join by telephone, dial 833-568-8864 toll free. Again, that number is 833-568-8864. Then enter the webinar ID. The ID number is 160-666-5889. Again, that number is 160-666-5889. If prompted for a participant ID, press the pound key. Detailed instructions for using Zoom are available at monterey.org/public meetings. To provide public comment via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen. To provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute when called upon. Public commenters will be announced using their last 3 phone number digits or the name typed into Zoom. Public commenters will be muted until it is their turn to speak. Please turn off TV or computer speakers or go to another room while connected, as background noise interferes with the broadcast. Public speakers will be called upon in order of hands raised. There is a 3-minute time limit for today's meeting. Please stay within that limit.
Thank you. So right now, let's open it up for public comments for items not on the agenda. Do we have anyone in the council chambers that would like to make a comment on an item not on the agenda? Stephanie, do we have anyone online that would like to make a comment?
We have nobody in the room to make a comment.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, I would like to now start the consent agenda, and the only item in the consent agenda is the approval of minutes. May 19th, 2022. Since I wasn't present at that meeting, I would like to ask that Senior Associate Planner Chris Schmidt, who acted as zoning administrator at that meeting, that he lead this consent agenda item.
Thank you, Zoning Administrator Riveri. Yes, I was the acting zoning administrator on the May 19th meeting. I did review the minutes and I have no suggested changes, so I will move to approve.
Okay. So I guess that approves the May 19th, 2022 minutes. I already opened it for public comments for items not on the agenda. And we didn't have any, so let's move on to the public hearing item, which is consider 422 Tyler Street, use permit application UP 220065 to allow assembly major use. Applicant Jamie Rivard, property owner Lou Sim and Chor Manu, PCD zoning district, planned community downtown specific plan, commercial general plan designation, exempt from CEQA requirements per Article 19, Section 15301, Class 1. Could we have a staff report, please?
Yes, so my name is Chris Schmidt. I'm a senior associate planner for the city of Monterey, and I reviewed this project and worked with the applicant. So moving on to the presentation. So the staff recommendation is to approve the use permit with some conditions of approval. Here we see the subject property. It contains a double fronting commercial building. This site previously contained the Monterey Music Store, and the store has since left this space, and this unit has been split, and so the applicant is proposing a new use in the side that fronts Tyler Street at 422 Tyler. And generally, the project description is an assembly major and restaurant minor use. The assembly major being a kind of an entertainment use for customers. I think up to 49 people at a time is what the use allows. I think this site would be subject to a lesser occupancy, but it would be what staff is calling an entertainment center, which would include an arcade and other games like cornhole, foosball, air hockey, darts, ping pong, Jenga, pool, and shuffleboard. It would be open for private events such as corporate gatherings or tournaments for some of these games. They would have a Type 40 ABC license and would serve beer and similar type of alcoholic drinks. No cocktails or spirits would be served with this license type. They would have 2 employees, an additional for events, and all employees are proposed to have alcohol serving training. Their security system includes a camera system where the video would be saved, I think, for a period of 10 days. And then the proposed hours generally would be 12 noon till 8 p.m. on weekdays and till 10 on weekends. And this is just a Google Street View of the location. It's next door to the Epsilon Cafe. And here's a floor plan provided by the applicant. So as you can see, all of the games there, the kitchen and lounge at the front entrance there. There would be no wait service. Basically, people would go order food and drinks at a window and then would return to whichever area they're playing a game, or there are a couple of chairs and tables to lounge at as well. The zoning administrator must make 3 findings to approve the use permit. The first is that the proposed use is in accord with the objectives of this chapter and the purposes of the zone. This type of use, the assembly major use, is allowed with approval of the use permit, and the restaurant use is a permitted use. So staff was able to make this finding that the use is consistent with the PCD zoning designation. The next use is that the proposed use and the proposed conditions under which it would be operated or maintained will be consistent with the general plan, will not be detrimental to the public health, safety, or welfare of persons residing or working in or adjacent to the neighborhood of such use, and will not be detrimental to properties or improvements in the vicinity or to the general welfare of the city. Staff was able to make this finding. The use is consistent with the commercial general plan land use designation designated for the site, and consistent with economic element policies to encourage small business and locally owned businesses. They do include, as I mentioned, security provisions, alcohol training procedures, and limited hours. And that's why staff was able to make this finding that there'd be no detrimental impact to the surrounding area or city. And then the last finding is that they will comply with the any specific condition required for that use. Staff has included a number of conditions, including the standard conditions. They will need to get any sort of water and alcohol beverage control permits or licenses. Staff also generally recommend or requires ABC licensee education on alcohol and drugs training. We call it LEAD training. This is a free training service that ABC provides on their website, and we're recommending a condition that their employees go through that training for opening. And then the hours would be limited to the ones proposed. And then, sorry, there's a typo there. Any new games would require an amendment to the use permit. So staff's recommendation is to approve the use permit. And then I'll also mention, I did reach out to the applicant and the hours, I'm also open to being flexible if they're wanting to consider, maybe changing the hours, either earlier opening or later closing. It's up to them. So.
Okay, thank you, Chris. Is the applicant here, and would he like to make a presentation?
The applicant isn't here, but his business partner is here, and we can let him speak.
I guess you can't. Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, good. So thank you for considering the use permit. I appreciate this. Just to introduce myself, my name is Carrie Stiebel. I've lived in the Monterey Bay Area for 22 years now, and I own and operate an engineering firm in the area. The applicant, who's unavailable, he's flying right now. He and I have been business partners for the past 4 years, and so that's he and I both have children. I have 3 kids. Jamie has 2 kids, and what we're looking to do is create a place for all ages that's suitable for all ages and for people to connect with each other. Like an alternative to your typical bar on Alvarado Street, we want a place that people can come and just enjoy games and recreational activities and just differentiate themselves from other places on Alvarado. And that's really all I have.
I have some questions. So on Chris's presentation, it said that it would be open for corporate events and other like private events, but would it be open to the public during open hours or?
Yeah, it would be open to the public. And we would just, encourage maybe corporate events to come in and just participate in like a game night, let's say. We looked at having maybe one night a week doing a karaoke night and possibly a, just other kind of gaming nights. Maybe we've had a lot of people interested in cornhole, and there's been a lot of talk about having cornhole competitions held there. And now they have these cornhole competitions where you could participate in multiple locations, and they kind of pool all the winners into like into a central kind of like web environment, and so you can compete with multiple other venues. So that's another area that we're looking at doing, is like a cornhole events.
Okay, and are you, is this list of games, all comprehensive, or are you wanting to add more games
Um,
to the list?
um, I don't have the list right in front of me, but ping pong, air hockey, pool, foosball. We're gonna have. Okay, good. Yep, yeah, ping pong. Yep, Jenga, and Connect Four, like a large Connect Four game. And so, yep, this is comprehensive. Mhm.
So Connect Four was not listed. Would
So
you be open to just listing board games in general?
yeah, that's what we're thinking, is to have this like a one area with some a lounging area with a list of games, with the, whether it's Monopoly or other board games that are
Okay,
kind of current in people. So we could be more general and just say board games.
okay. And okay, I think those are all my questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
I did have some questions for Chris. Um, so will the business license only allow them to sell beer?
The ABC license.
Sorry,
Uh,
the ABC license.
Yeah, and I think, it may allow like cider or seltzer as well, like up to a certain percentage. It doesn't allow, from what I understand, wine, and I'm certain that it doesn't allow like liquor to be sold as well.
Okay. Because I was reviewing the conditions of approval and the special condition 1. It says additional alcoholic beverages. So I was just wondering what the additional meant.
Oh yeah, it's just any alcoholic beverages.
Oh, okay.
We can change that.
Stephanie, could we again remind the public on how to join and see if we have anyone that would like to make a public?
To join the Zoom meeting from a computer or phone, use the link or phone numbers on the agenda posted at isearchmonterey.org. Since the meeting has started, you'll find the agenda under the Recent tab. To join by telephone, dial 833-568-8864, toll free. Again, that number is 833-568-8864, toll free. Then enter the webinar ID. The webinar ID is 160-666-5889. If prompted for a participant ID, press the pound key. To provide public comment via Zoom, please use the raise your hand function at the bottom of your screen. To provide comments by phone, dial *9 to raise your hand, then *6 to unmute when called upon. Public commenters will be announced using their last 3 phone number digits or the name typed into Zoom. And I do not see any attendees.
Announce the comment. So I reviewed the staff report, and it sounds like the project, as described in Exhibit A, it is consistent with the downtown specific plan and the general plan. And the conditions of approval would ensure that the project is not detrimental to the city or neighborhood. I So therefore, I would approve the project with some changes to the conditions of approval. So the changes are special condition of approval 1. Instead of additional, it would say any. So any alcoholic beverages. Sorry, I would take out the additional and change that with any. And then condition of approval number 3. I would add to the list of games, I would add card and board games. And then condition of approval, special condition of approval number 4, change where it says planning commission, change to zoning administrator on, there's 2 cases where that wording was used. And I would add special condition 5, that if at any time the city of Monterey determines that there are reasonable grounds to conclude that a violation of the conditions of approval has occurred, the use permit shall be scheduled for revocation pursuant to City Code Section 38-221. And so that would change the order of the standard conditions to 6, 7, and 8. And so then standard condition 8 would, instead of saying planning commission, it would say zoning administrator. And so with that, with those changes to the conditions, I approve the project. This decision is appealable within 10 days of today's decision to the planning commission on forms available at the planning office. So congratulations to the applicant, and I wish you luck. And so with that, I would like to adjourn the zoning administrator meeting at 3:24 p.m. Thank you.